I am not writing, because I don't want my letter to be found by anyone. I have and tomorrow, the next day, I'm going to the bank. I'm going to be getting an extra $400. So I'll have $1,787 for whatever it is I've been telling you about or posting on your wall about acting. This is the main thing that I wanted to get for this video update. I'm not going to write it. I don't think people would feel comfortable if I actually wrote this down. But I was at 7-Eleven. The guy smokes a little weed, and I went up there, and this was after I was ushered away. My sister, I was telling my sister's boyfriend Kevin about Wile E. Coyote and releasing my record and Glen Cove, and it wasn't like all my fault or their fault, but I'm trying to go over what happened, because through Amazon, by buying stuff off of Amazon, shadow puppets, pottery, stuff like that, you don't really need to have a good time. I was able to constrict this wild energy where so I have all of my cash. I don't touch any bills when I go up to the store. All I spend is change. All I do is I go up to a corner. So I went up there the day before Thanksgiving, and I bought coffee. I went up there and I bought a large coffee. It was like hot chocolate, some French vanilla. So as I went up there, I give the money to the guy, and he told me that I could come back and give him the rest. Because I was getting the quarters together. I was, sitting in my bed counting the change, because I didn't want to spend any paper money. I want to have money to go to Hollywood, just to do my own thing. So I was counting the money. I get up there, and I was short, so I came back, and I went up there, and a different guy was there, the guy who I gave the money to. So I went to the manager. We're talking about 14 cents difference. I asked the manager, I'm like, what's the subtotal for a large coffee? And he said, you can get a large coffee and a donut. He was telling me about a special that they had, because he didn't understand I was returning the change. I was bringing up the difference between the large coffee and what I had. So I was going up there. I gave him I was going to give him another 54 cents. I wanted to give him 54 cents, but it turns out there was a little bit about 14 cents difference of what I owed him. So the guy says, "Oh, you know what? Here's 20. Here's you need 40 cents." He gave me the difference, and he told me about it, even though it didn't really make sense why I gave him the money. He was just saying he was high, and by holiday cheer, he says, "Here, happy Thanksgiving. Take this and buy a donut." So I went to the guy who smokes. I went to him, and I was like, "Here." He started telling me that I couldn't take them off him. After I went up there, and I told the guy, I was like, "Look, here's my money. I'm giving the money back to you." The other guy, he's trying to get me to take a donut. I just asked him how much money I owed you, because I gave you the guy who was on his break. I gave him and he's like, "Oh, I can't take it. It's not my problem. You have to do it at the same time." I said, "I'm just giving you money that I owed the guy," and I was there until about the time he got back. It was 75 cents. But this is where the story takes a turn. because I wound up, I put the manager his money. It wasn't really a big deal. It was a very small amount of money. I put the 30 cents, extra 30 cents in the take a penny, leave a penny. Right, so that's me over here, and I just gave the guy the change, because whatever, I've got $1,700 in 2 days. I don't have $1,787 for Hollywood just to go and do my thing. So that guy, he was telling me like about a month ago. He was telling me about some stocks that he does. He invests in stocks, and no, we didn't really get along at first, but I started telling him. He started hearing that I bought the sword for Crouching Tiger and Dragon. I bought the Dragon sword. I put $300 in it because I think it would look good if they saw that I was putting my money into the props. It's really nice. It's got a big case. I should really have it down here to show you, but it's upstairs. It has a carrying case you can put on your shoulder and go to your friend's house and make kung fu movies, or you can just have it ornate on top somewhere in your room, or it's not there now. I bought it down here. And then it's here, there's your barkings. But anyway, to make a long story short, the guy who was giving me a hard time about like this really small bit of change, he was smoking pot too. He used to be one of the people who was getting me into like trading and stuff, and I don't think that he really understands that I'm trying to get out of the way this area is. Like I've talked about, having a very low intellectual level of conversation. Like I can't just, people don't know I'm the Gushang person at Starbucks. It's not like the way it was 10 years ago when we had an open mic or something. We used to have live music, and the zoning laws this was kind of something that happened because of the zoning laws. So it wasn't that the guy really did anything or not, but it was like just because of the way the zoning restrictions are, that's the way it affects people. Is like he really can't tell what I'm doing. I don't go up there and talk about the Crouching Tiger, and it's just really like a Grinch came into office and started passing all these zoning restrictions and stuff like that. So that's basically what I have. I've got the money, but they don't really see what's going on because I've been like so frugal with the money lately, and my sister, she's been just basically all of like the good feeling is ignored. I always try to prioritize good vibes, and it's not like an emergency to have a cold day, but like after a while, like that's where the money hits, is the good vibes. People are attracted more to that. And that's where like the money seems to be drawn to. It seems to go towards the good vibes. Like I'm gonna go and tell the guy, like, oh, you chose the wrong thing. Like you don't really see that I'm putting all of my money into it. I only have change. It looks like I was out drinking last night and all my money went to some kind of party thing. But in reality, all of my money is waiting to get past the people on the outskirts of town who kill these things before they start, Like you gotta really germinate the seeds and put up chicken wire and stuff. So that's kind of what happened, These people are shooting down each other's aspirations, but I am just trying to say that in a non-accusatory tone, how I have these people who are like taking each other down, digging up each other's turnips and stuff like that before they can even be harvested. Like gophers or something, gopher holes, and killing cows, basically that sort of thing. But I guess I got to the point, may have only skimmed the surface, but yeah, and Prince. I was talking about something with Prince too, where he was in George Clinton, but that's on my Facebook. That's already been written out. You know that when you see it. You will know that when you see it.